Meanwhile, as all of this happens, the Dow Jones has risen and risen, passing the 20,000 mark. Why? Well, it's not that Wall Street backed Donald Trump. Indeed, prior to the election, US markets rose in response to good news for Hillary Clinton. Wall Street was suspicious of Trump at best. Now, well, the Trump bump, as it's being called, isn't all about Donald Trump. As CSBN's Money Watch pointed out, oil prices have risen, interest rates have risen, so that's good news for energy and finance companies and nothing to do with Trump. And corporate earnings were up for 2016. That's got nothing to do with Trump either. Joblessness is down. That happened under Obama. But Trump is also saying if you sell it here, you better make it here. In short, he's noisily backing local and he's pressing for a lower corporate tax rate. Wall Street likes that. And according to Gerald Celente, the founder and director of the Trends Research Institute, as he did with his constituents during the campaign, Donald Trump is now saying exactly what the markets want to hear.
That's all this is. It's a reality show. And now you have a reality show champion that's the President of the United States. Shakespeare couldn't have made this one up.
No.
And then when you look at the reality of what's going on, never before in modern history in America have we had the candidates from each party with such high negativity ratings, both of them in the 60 percentile negative going into the elections. So this wasn't the lesser of two evils. This is all it is. And then you see the numbers. You know, people, for example, people complain. They say that, angry white men voted for Trump. That's not true. Trump got as many white male votes as Mitt Romney did in 2012. Again, going back to not liking the people, it was really that Hillary Clinton received 2 million fewer votes from women than Obama did in 2012. So what we have here, neither of these two candidates were popular among the people.
And America and the world, because we are talking about it constantly in New Zealand and we're about as far away as you can get, has Trump as president. And if you look at what's happening, there's shock, horror, hands being thrown in the air, people saying the end of the world is nigh, and the markets rocketing up to new levels. Why?
You know, that's a very good question. Okay, let's go back to the facts. And here are the facts. Wall Street was very pro-Clinton. And I'm not saying that only because of the money lines and, them getting paid $300,000 to give an hour talk to the Goldman Sachs gang, as WikiLeaks showed us. But they also believe that she would be better for the stock market. So prior to the election, as Hillary Clinton rose and fell in the polls, so too with the equity markets. Now we're going to go back to the weekend before Election Day being on Tuesday.
Yep.
The weekend before Election Day, the FBI announces that they're not going to further examine Hillary Clinton's violation of any laws, and it was a closed case. That Monday, the stock market closed at 371-point gain on the expectation that Hillary Clinton was going to win. The next day was Election Day. That evening, when it looked like Trump was going to win, the Dow futures were down 800 points. Gold spiked over $50 an ounce. And then the next day, everything reversed itself. How come? And we reversed our forecast as well when we saw this happening. And that is because you have a businessman in office, and you listen to what he says he's going to do. He's going to lower corporate taxes. That is good for Wall Street. That brings more. Again, whether or not you agree or disagree with these, we're political atheists. We call things the way they are, not the way we want to see them. But we see what's going on. Then he says, I'm going to deregulate forget about these regulations. He just came, 75% of the regulations, we're going to do away with them. That's good for business. Again, maybe not good for the people, but good for business. And I'm going to spend money building the infrastructure. And I'm going to put more trade tariffs on, and I'm going to build business more for America. That's why you have the markets going up. We have a market rise that, again, the trend is your friend. From Election Day to New Year's Day, The stock market had its biggest spike since Dwight D. Eisenhower got elected in 1952. By the end of December, small business confidence in America hit its highest level, its highest spike since Ronald Reagan got elected in 1980. Now, you go back to 1979, what was going on? We had stagflation. We had the Iran hostage crisis. So, again, the trend is your friend. Consumer confidence in America in December hit its highest point since 2009 when Obama got elected, and there was all that great belief in hope and change you could believe in. So there's an optimistic point on the business angle, and that's why you're seeing the market spike. So, for example, here in the States, all of a sudden you're hearing that huge Taiwanese company, Foxconn, saying they're going to invest $10 billion here. And again, going back to the markets, that's positive when you read that. When you hear Chrysler, Ford, and General Motors saying we're going to make more automobiles here, that's positive for the markets. So, again, it has a psychological effect. On the other end, is this guy a loose cannon? Of course he is. What you see is what you get. But, again, it's the presidential reality show. It's show business for ugly people. That's what politics is.
Gerald Celente talking to us earlier this afternoon.